Okay, this is my end of quarter reflection and self-assessment video. So yeah, let's just jump into it. First thing is step number 1, write your author's statement. For my artist statements, I really want to focus on what the purpose of this project is. So first, I have made a YouTube podcast series about Hello Kitty and Sanrio. It's really for anybody that loves Hello Kitty, anybody that's interested in learning more about it, anybody that's passionate about something in their life. I think being passionate about things is so important. And that's really why I made this project, is because I'm so passionate about Hello Kitty and Sanrio, and that's kind of my purpose, is to share my passions and to inspire others to be passionate about their own things. I, as a person, I'm very, can't think of the right word that I want to go for. I'm a passionate person, very determined. I stick to things. I don't like to half-ass or not put my all into something. So this is something that I threw my passion into, and I threw a lot of myself into, and I really hope that my work reflects that. I think that does definitely impact my perspective on this project. I realize that I want to share that passion with others, and I want to share that dedication with others as well. So I really hope that other people can feel that passion and feel the true dedication to the things that I love, and to Hello Kitty and feminism and all the things that I talked about in my videos. Alright. So step number 2, write a short reflection of your processes, include your sources. So I started this project, first check-in, I had a list of sources because I was so excited about it. I went on Procrest, I typed in Hello Kitty, and I just searched for probably hours. I just looked through everything. I saved everything that looked important, looked like it could help me out. Yeah. I also used, I don't know where I put my other magazine. Oh no, they're both right here. Hold on. I had both of these magazines. I don't remember if I remembered to cite these on there. But I had both of these that I pulled some information from. I will make sure to cite these and either leave a comment or link that somewhere to this assignment, so that way those are on there. But both of these had really great information. I think my reflection process, I really thought a lot about who I am and why Hello Kitty is so important to me, why it's something that I'm passionate about. And I think I am most proud of being so open about that, because I tend to be, a little bit more conservative and to myself. I am not like that around my friends and my close people, but to the world, I'm a little bit more withdrawn. So I'm really proud of kind of sharing a little bit of myself and my passions and things that excite me. And I really hope that I can inspire others to do that too. Okay, so it says to please describe how you thought through and approached this project. From the beginning, I knew what I was doing. I didn't really think through it much at all. I kind of was like, nope, it's Hello Kitty. I guess I did think through like what specifically I was going to do about Hello Kitty, but I really just kind of had that big idea and I let it boil down for a little bit. I let it kind of sit in my back burner and really thought about it, and then came into it with 4 different episodes on Hello Kitty. I knew I wanted to do a play with me with the Hello Kitty Island Adventure. That was from the beginning. I knew I was doing that. The history, that was a pretty easy one too. But after getting some insight from you and getting some tips and things, I narrowed it down. I found what exactly I wanted to talk about. I made a Hello Kitty podcast series on YouTube. I think it's something that I want to keep doing. I don't know when or what I'm going to add to it, but I don't think this is a finished project for me. I think I'm going to continue working on this, and I'm so excited about it. I did what I did because it's something I'm so passionate about, and I want to share that with others. I love talking about Hello Kitty and talking about things that I collect and things that make me happy. I think everybody kind of loves talking about their passions, and for a long time I felt really scared to do that. I felt like I didn't belong, and like people didn't want to hear that. Like people didn't care, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care if people don't care or not, because I'm gonna talk about what I love and what I'm passionate about, and I want to inspire other people to do that too. So I think that's kind of my main point, or my main idea with this project, is to inspire others to feel comfortable and confident enough to talk about what they are passionate about. It doesn't even have to be Hello Kitty. It can be, I don't know, like anime or SpongeBob or I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I kind of want to help others do that. So that's why I did what I did, I think. I also, all of my information is either from these 2 magazines or ProQuest, which is all the links that is in my bibliography. I don't use AI. I'm not a huge AI person. It became popular, in the last few short years, and when I graduated high school, it wasn't something, or when I was in high school, it wasn't something that was super popular yet, so it wasn't something I ever thought to use. I don't know, I like my own process, my brain, everything there. And then where would a reader, listener, or viewer find my work? It is on YouTube. I don't remember my exact handle right now, but I can link it in here, which is where this video is also going to be, is on YouTube. So yes, Allie Wolfe, ALIWOLFE is where you're gonna find me at on YouTube. All right, I think I got everything there. What are you most proud of? Talk about that. How I thought through and approached this project, my subject, my approach to research, how I've cited everything, what I've made. Yeah, I think I covered that all pretty well. Step number 3, describe how your work meets our outcomes for the course and assess how you've done overall. I need to pull up our syllabus here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Outcomes for English 101. Number 1, practice literative writing and revision processes to conceptualize, develop, and share projects for specific contexts. I believe I've done a pretty good job at this, I think, for my overall project. I'm not writing, obviously, but I'm speaking, and I think if I were writing, it would be a little bit more formal, but I am conceptualizing. I came up with a plan, I then developed, and I shared my project for Hello Kitty. I also, when we were, I can't remember the term, like breaking down texts, we were, reading, conceptualizing, getting our main ideas and points and kind of the main themes of things, and then developing a analysis of that text, and then sharing our analysis, my analysis for that specific text. So I think I've done a pretty good job of one, building and then developing and putting out my work. Okay, interrogate power dynamics and structures in language use and reception. Let's see. That's kind of power dynamics. Oh, hi, kitty. My cat's gonna come join us. So structures and language use and reception. So what I get from that is maybe questioning more why language use is the way it is. Kind of questioning norms for that, I would say. I think our project does a big thing with that. We're not just writing an essay, we're not just building a PowerPoint. I think my video podcast series does a great job of kind of questioning the power dynamics of writing, because I'm still telling a story. I'm still putting information out there and inspiring others. It's just not in your traditional college essay. So I would highly argue that I did a great job of interrogating those power dynamics and the common structures and really questioning, well, why do we do those? Because we can still make great work. We can still put out our ideas and do a great job of doing that in other ways. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job with that, if I would say so. Number 3 is write for a variety of contexts, utilizing lived experiences and perspectives. I think I've done a pretty good job of utilizing lived experiences and perspectives, especially when we are breaking down the different texts that we looked at throughout the quarter. I definitely talked about, I believe, some pretty scary things that are happening in the world. I just got off work a little bit ago, so my brain is not fully here. Talking about sexism, racism, classism, just being biased about other people, and discrimination. That's, I think, a big theme that we saw throughout the readings that we looked at, was minorities in the writing field talking about their stories. And when I think that's important to look at and to conceptualize, and those authors should, their voices need to be heard. Yeah. All right, number 4. Reflect on how speaker and audience positionality identities and biases shape the rhetorical situation. So, I was about to just describe all of that. I learned a lot about this in my public speaking class, and I think it's so interesting how our beliefs and the audience's beliefs may be completely different. And that needs to be taken into account because people have different biases and different identities. That means that if somebody in the audience like absolutely despises abortions, then, and the speaker's talking about how or why abortions should be legal and why the government shouldn't be controlling women's bodies and things like that, that person in the audience is not going to want to listen. So we have to really be careful in how we are approaching subjects when we know our audience does not have the same views as we do. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job of that. I remember towards the beginning we had a discussion where we had to talk about rhetorical situations, and I kind of just described what I just did. And also thinking about my project and how I approached that, I really tried to reflect on, well, how do other people feel about Hello Kitty and Sanrio? And what do other people know? So I tried to keep it, fairly basic. I didn't want to go down a whole rabbit hole, but just being mindful of your audience and their personalities and their biases is really going to help make you a better author and a better storyteller. But then again, you be you. Like, everybody should be able to write what they want. They should be able to, freedom of speech, like, we should be able to speak out on, like, with our beliefs and our passions and things. But if you are trying to persuade or get a point across, it is important to take the positionality, identities, and biases into consideration. Okay, number 5. Identify information and technology needs in order to find, assess, use, cite, or attribute information. I think I've got a pretty good handle on this. I know that the library, if you go into the Pierce website, the Pierce College website, and then you go to student resources and then to the library, you can find all of the online databases, and with your student ID you can access all of those. I love ProQuest. I've been using that since high school. It's one of my favorites. You can find pretty much anything on there. I did a lot of research on there about mental health and genetics, and I found some really cool stuff. So I feel I do a pretty good job about where to find good information, not just Wikipedia or Google. Yeah. Number 6, use technologies to compose and research ethically. Kind of like the last one, ProQuest is my favorite. I use that probably 99% of the time. You can find a lot of good information there, like I was saying. And if I do ever use Google, I'm always making sure I am fact checking. I go through a whole rabbit hole. I make sure that the author's not biased and not a horrible person. I make sure that the website isn't awful. I really dig deep to make sure I'm getting solid, legible information that's not fake news. Yeah. Okay, number 7. Describe how your experience with and understanding of composing has developed and will continue to develop. I think I'm going to talk about my project here. So this project was different for me. I've never done anything like this for school. It's always been essays or analyzing texts or PowerPoints, nothing where I can be creative like this. And now that I know, like, my understanding of composing, it's not just writing an essay anymore. Composing is a way of getting your ideas out there and like getting your voice out to other people, getting your ideas and your expressions and your opinions, like getting all that out to other people. And I think through this class I've learned that it's not a box. Like, it's not set standards of this is how you can compose something. It's, you can be free to do things in your own way and be creative. And I love that. I love that this class has taught me that. I think my experience has changed. I'm so excited for future classes where maybe I can bring this new idea of creating and composing into things and have more fun with English and writing classes in the future, because, you know, maybe I write it and then I make a video of me reading it and make it like a story time or like a point of view kind of thing that you see on social media. Like, I am so excited to be creative, and I think that's what this class has taught me, is that we're not confined to a box. We can be so much more once we get out of that box of essays. Just 5-page double-spaced essays. Like, that is what I dread. I don't want to do that. And I'm so glad that I got to be creative and create something that I'm proud of and passionate about. So I think I've done a really great job of developing my understanding, and I think that will continue to develop as I take more classes in the future that I can use this newfound creativeness with. I really think overall, though, I really feel like I have expanded a lot with this class. I have always been seen as a great student that, you know, does all the work and can, you know, just get things done. And like, I write well, math comes easy to me, I love science, but I've never really had the room to be creative. And now that I have, I feel like a whole new world has opened up. Like, this class has truly changed my perspective on school, and I think it's so fun. And yeah, I feel like I've put a lot of myself into this project and a lot of my passions into this project and into this class. So if I were to argue, my grade, sorry, I was reading part B of step 3 is to take a look at your grades, work drafts for the quarter, reviewing feedback. I know I do have a missing assignment that I had seen that it was assigned. I had full intentions of doing it. I missed it. Yeah, I don't want to add more to your plate now. And it was the practice assignment for reflection. So yes, please take that off of my grade because I did not turn that one in. But I have invested quite a bit of time, maybe not necessarily like actively working, but thinking through things, and really just making sure I'm putting myself into this and putting my passions into this. I feel like I understand all the concepts pretty well. I think I could argue with 3.75. I don't know what that is. Maybe an A, like a 95, for missing that assignment. But I feel really good about this class. I feel really good about what I've learned, and again, my whole perspective on education and learning has changed. I look forward to using that as I move forward, because school doesn't have to be treacherous and boring anymore. It can be fun and creative and all of those things. So thank you so much for opening my eyes and making me realize not everything has to be an essay. I can do other things. I can be creative. And I love that. I love that so much. I believe that's everything here for the reflection assignment. Yeah. I believe that's it. So thank you so much. I hope we can meet again. I don't know when, maybe. I don't know, but thank you so much for everything. And yeah, I don't use AI. That's the last thing on here, is the write your AI disclosure. I don't like AI. I mean, like, yeah, it can be helpful for situations. I can understand that, but for me personally, it's just not something I've ever tried. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Thank you. I also wanted to link in here, I just saw this on here, to describe how you did or didn't engage with required library, writing center, or instructor connections. I did meet with you multiple times throughout the quarter just to bounce ideas off of and kind of talk about where I'm at and how things are going. I did reach out to our tutor for just like general tips for my videos. Yeah, that's that part of it there. But yeah, again, thank you so much for everything, and I loved this class. It was so fun.